Good. Thank you.
Clear. Good.
You know, these voices that come in, I guess the audience doesn't hear them.
They shouldn't do that.
But they don't give a shit.
They're
I
doing
mean,
it-
I'm doing a thing and they keep.
You're thinking, who do I know? Okay. George, bring it in so Mr. Douglas can hear. Bobbie's trying to talk to you now. Oop, hey, I got it.
Hello? Hello, Bobbie. This is Kirk. They tell me that Bobbie is a girl, not a boy. Good. Bobbie, it was. You know, it's amazing how many things you remember when that you've hidden away when you dig down into your guts. And I felt the need to really write an honest book. I wanted to write it myself. I wanted to, because I'm dealing all my life. I'm dealing in make believe. I'm dealing with what Spartacus does and the Vikings does or Doc Holliday, and you tend to drift away from reality. So the Ragman Son was an attempt for me to get right down to say, who am I? Who was Kirk Douglas when he was Issa Danielovich and his parents came as illiterate immigrants from Russia? And that's what I tried to do with my book, and it was, Bobbie, quite painful. Well, love is a part of life. Sex is a part of life. And if you're going to write a portrait of who you think you are, you know that life is love, death. It's also a big part of it is sex. And you can't just ignore those aspects if you want to write a true portrait of who you think you are. I don't think they seem very surprised. I showed the book, most importantly, I showed the book to my wife before when I had it in rough form, because I dedicate the book to my wife. If she was against it, I would never have had it published. When I had her approval, it was published. My sons seemed to enjoy the book. They didn't seem to be very perturbed by any of these romances that I've had in my life. And a lot of those romances were an important part of what happened to me. That's right. Well, that's true. He was an excellent teacher, but he was very cruel and he was very difficult with me. This was at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts because I was more experienced than most of the kids that were in school. I'd already been in summer stock. I'd graduated college. And because of that, he was harder on me, and I think it was helpful because in going through it, I think it made me a better actor. Well, there were times when I literally, at one time I picked up a chair and wanted to hit him. He was only about 5'4", but he could be exasperating. But looking back at it, it was a great experience. Well, there's so many people who do impressions of me, and I think that I'm always amazed because they're excellent. They capture, that tension, And sometimes what's very funny is my 4 sons are excellent on doing impressions of me. And one time they came over the house, and the 4 of them at the same time were all doing an impression of Kirk Douglas. Doing it was very funny. Lonely Are the Brave, a little picture that was mistreated, but one of my best movies. Big Trees, a terrible picture. I advise all people not to see it. Hollywood, a strange, difficult, tough place. Keep your sons, but especially your daughters, away from it. Probably Spartacus or the Vikings. They were both difficult to make. Critics are beloved enemies. You're a critic. We love you when you say nice things about us. We have mixed feelings when you don't say nice things about us. Because no matter how much we hide things, if somebody says something disparaging about it, it hurts. Psychiatrists, I thought about this quite a bit in view of what was happening in the political arena. I think psychiatrists are important in certain situations. They can be helpful. The danger is to lean on them too completely. That's easy to answer. It's the book that I bought, had for 10 years, called One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Went to Broadway, did it as a play, tried to do it for 10 years, and my son, Michael, finally produced it with me as a partner and got Jack Nicholson to play my part, and damn it, he did a great job. Of course, he won an Oscar. The book, the whole movie won more Oscars than any other movie won, the important Oscars. Bobbie, I enjoyed talking to you. I'd like to.
That's good. I like that little. We're going to go to Nashville next. Tony, stay there for a second. Can you just get a shot of the book here? They need this for an insert.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Nashville. It's not on there. It's just added. So just line up to the new one. It's Charlie Chase, sir.
Wait a minute. Weren't we?
Is people want to put somebody in my line of vision. I said, no, I'm used to doing it without, and that person just distracts me.
Okay, catch up to speed, Bob.
All right. Kirk, it must have been very painful calling up all these memories of poverty and hunger and anti-Semitism. If all the poverty and hunger was painful, let me start over. Okay. If all the hunger was painful, then the love affairs must be joyful, huh? Was it then joyful to remember all the love affairs? What kind of reaction did you get from your 4 sons about all the love affairs? Did they say things like, "Gosh, Dad, I didn't know all that was going on"? Okay. You had one drama teacher. You called him Jelly. He was very, very hard on you. Anybody else probably would have run off to be an accountant. Kirk, these are some questions that I call quick answers, just in a few words. Tell me the first thing that comes to mind when I say to you, Hollywood. The movie you're most proud of. And the movie you're least proud of. Critics. What do you think of when I say psychiatrists? The movie most physically difficult. Okay. The picture you most wanted to make, but the role went to someone else. Okay, let's just do some reactions now. Okay, that should do it. Thank you, everyone.